Good morning, all of you. I am Dr. Pradeep Kumar, working as Assistant Professor in St. Peter's Engineering College, Autonomous, Hyderabad. In the previous session, we have been covered the topic about the band structures of the solids or crystals. In that, we have learned about how the band structures can form in the solids or crystals, isn't it? There, due to the overlapping of the molecular orbitals of the crystals or solids, the band structures can form, isn't it? There we have discussed about the lithium crystal and sodium crystal as an example. Okay. Today's session we'll talk about the effects of doping on the conductance. In the today's session, we are going to learn about the effects of doping on the conductance in the materials, in the solids. Okay. First, what is mean by the conductance? What is mean by the conductance? Actually, these fundamental basics we have been learned in the intermediate level, but now I want to remind you. Conductance means the materials which are capable of allowing the electrons or current through it. It is known as conductance, isn't it? The conductance means the materials which are capable of allowing electrons or current through it. It is known as that such materials is having conductance. Then we can say such materials are having conductance. Okay. Based on this conductance, actually we have three types of materials or solids. Based on the conductance, here we have three types of materials or solids: insulators, conductors, and semiconductors. Okay. First, from the previous class, we have been learned about the bands, isn't it? In the solids or crystals, we have two types of bands. We have two types of bands. First one, partially filled band, which is having the lower energy. Partially filled bands. Third band is known as valency bond. Valency band. And second one, that is which is having the higher in energy, empty conduction band. Empty conduction band. In the solids, we have two types of bands. The lowest energetic valency band, which is partially filled, isn't it? So this band is known as valency band. And the highest energetic empty band, that is known as conduction band. Okay. The energy gap between these two bands, the energy gap between these two bands is known as Fermi energy. Fermi band energy. Isn't it? Fermi band energy is nothing but the energy difference between the valency band and conduction band. Okay. Actually, in the solids or crystals, we have two bands, valency band and conduction band. The energy difference between these two bands, that is known as Fermi band energy or Fermi energy. Okay, based on this Fermi energy, or based on the energy difference between the, that is energy gap between the valency band and conduction band, we have classified the materials as three types. We have classified the materials three types based on the energy gap between the valency band and conduction band. Okay, those are the solids or crystals. Can be classified into three types based on the energy gap between the valency band and conduction band. The first one is insulators. First one is insulators, and second one is conductors, and third one is semiconductors. First one is insulators, second one is conductors, and third one is semiconductors. Based on the energy gap between the valency band and conduction band, there we have three types of solids or crystals. The materials has been classified into three types. The first one is insulators, and second one is conductors, and third one is semiconductors. Insulators, nothing but they have the resistance regarding the conductance. They don't have any conductivity. The materials which are not having the conductivity, those materials are known as insulators. Those are having the resistance regarding the conductivity. And conductor means the materials which are having the capability of passing the electrons or current. Such materials are known as conductors. And semiconductor means here, actually these semiconductors having the low conductivity at room temperature. Actually these semiconductors are having the low conductivity or zero conductivity at room temperature, but when we apply some methods or techniques on it, they can act as conductors. If we raise the temperature or if we add some dopants to these semiconductors, they can act as conductors. Such materials are known as semiconductors. Okay, here the based on the energy gap between the valency band and conduction band, we have three types of materials: insulators, conductors, semiconductors. Okay, if you see, in the insulators, actually the energy gap between the valency band and conduction band is very high. The energy gap between the valency band and conduction band, this is known as valency band, this is conduction band. The energy gap between these valency band and conduction band is very high. Due to the high energy gap between the valency band and conduction band, there is no moving of electron from the valency band to conduction band. Those electrons are not capable to jump the valency band to conduction band here. So that's why these materials can act as insulators. Isn't it? There is no any mobility of the electron. There is no any mobility of the electron due to the big energy gap between the valence band and conduction band. So that's why these materials can act as insulators. In the conductors, the energy gap between the valency band and conduction band is very low or almost overlapped. The valency band and conduction band energy gap is very low or those bands are overlapped. This is the overlapping zone. So due to the less energy gap between the valency band and conduction band, or due to the overlapping, there is a free mobility of electron. The electrons can freely move from valency band to conduction band. So that's why these materials acts as conductors. Yeah. Coming to the semiconductors here, the energy gap between the valency band and conduction band is very less. The energy gap between the valency band and conduction band is very less. So that's why at room temperature there is no any mobility of electron, isn't it? But if you raise the temperature or if you add some dopants, then these electrons can move from the valency band to conduction band. So that's why the conductivity will be generated. Such type of materials or solids or crystals are known as semiconductors. Okay. This is the classifications of materials or solids or crystals based on the conductivity. Okay. Yeah. Here based on the energy gap between the valency band and conduction band, we have the solids or crystals three types: insulators, conductors, semiconductors. In the insulator, the band energy gap between the valency band and conduction band is very high. So that's why there is no any mobility of the electron from valency band to conduction band. But in the case of the conductors, the energy gap between the valency band and the conduction band is very, very low, or those are overlapped. So the electrons can move freely from the valency band to conduction band, isn't it? So that's why these materials are having the conductivity. And coming to the semiconductors, the energy gap between the valency band and conduction band is low, isn't it? Actually those are having the low conductivity or zero conductivity at room temperature initially, but when we raise the temperature or when we add some dopants to these such materials, those materials can act as conductors. So that's why such type of materials is known as semiconductors. Okay. Yeah. Generally the semiconductors are two types. First one is intrinsic semiconductors and second one is extrinsic semiconductors. Semiconductors are two types. First one is intrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductors. And second one is extrinsic semiconductors. Semiconductors are generally two types: intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors. What are the intrinsic semiconductors? What are the extrinsic semiconductors? Intrinsic semiconductors is nothing but undoped materials. Undoped materials. Undoped solids or crystals or materials. That means here we don't add any external materials to these type of semiconductors. We don't add any dopant materials, isn't it? That means these intrinsic semiconductors are perfectly pure, isn't it? Pure materials. Pure materials. That means if you take an example, the germanium pure crystals. The germanium pure crystals. Such type of solids or crystals are known as intrinsic semiconductors. Here they have pure germanium atoms are there, isn't it? There is no any external materials added to these semiconductors. Such type of semiconductors is known as intrinsic semiconductors. In the case of extrinsic semiconductors, here doped materials. It is undoped solids. It is doped solids. Doped solids or crystals. That means here externally we are adding some dopants to these materials. Then they will act as semiconductors. To increase the semiconductors, here we are adding some dopants to the semiconductors. Such type of semiconductors is known as extrinsic semiconductors or doped semiconductors or doped solids or crystals. Here the intrinsic semiconductors are pure materials, but in the case of the extrinsic semiconductors, impure materials. Impure materials. For example, if you doped this germanium, if you doped this germanium semiconductors with the external materials, for example, by doping the aluminium metal. Aluminium metal. Aluminium metal. If you see here, actually the perfect material has been doped by the another group of metals, that is aluminium. Here we are adding some external dopants. Okay, here we are adding some external dopants to the perfect pure materials. This is known as extrinsic semiconductors. Okay, the semiconductors are two types. Yeah, first one is intrinsic semiconductor and second one is extrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductors are undoped solids or crystals. Extrinsic semiconductors are doped solids or crystals. Okay. The intrinsic semiconductors are pure materials, but extrinsic semiconductors are impure materials. If we take example in the case of the intrinsic semiconductor, pure germanium material. Okay, there is no any another external materials in this solids or crystals. But in the case of extrinsic semiconductors, here we are adding some external materials, isn't it? This is known as extrinsic semiconductors.